You said safest place. Now you have to realize, to a lot of people, saying Bitcoin's the safest place to put your money. I mean, you're driving many people insane to say the safest place, right? You know, you save an account, you got the treasury bills, you got gold, you got a investment company, Active America, with American funds since 1934. It's giving you 12.7%. You got all these other places. How can you say Bitcoin's the safest place?
So I'm going to give you two separate frameworks that I use to think through this, right? Let's talk structurally first. So if I said to most people, what's the safest place to park your wealth? They'll say the US dollar. And that's true both in the Western world and also developing nations around the world. There's this idea of stability, safety, discipline in monetary policy, like all the things that we assign to the US dollar. And frankly, things that actually drive value in that US dollar, right? Kind of it being the global reserve currency, et cetera. But when you actually unpack that structure, what you find is the US dollar's monetary policy, the decisions that drive the value of it, are not very transparent. There's a group of people that go in a room privately, they make decisions. We don't really have a lot of understanding of exactly what data they're looking at, why they're making decisions. When they make the announcements, we hang on every single word. Do they use dovish or not, right? What color tie are they wearing or not, right? I mean, it's just pretty archaic type idea. And then on top of that, we get no say either. So when they decided to do two emergency rate cuts to the interest rate in Q1 and Q2 of 2020, all of a sudden I had no say, you had no say, right? Then when you look at all the quantitative easing that's occurred, I had no say, you had no say. And so in many cases, especially with the central banking, these are not elected officials. These are appointed officials. And so again, it's not something where it's the kind of desires of the people. Now, yes, they are appointed by people that were elected. So there's kind of an indirectness to it. But I think that when you look at it, it's just not a transparent system. It's a very human driven system. When you look at Bitcoin, it's the exact opposite, right? And the reason why that's important is because we've moved from this narrative based world, which is this old legacy world around central banking and all financial assets, to now we're in a world where I don't believe you, prove it. And so if I ask people right now, how many dollars are in circulation? There's nobody who can tell you the exact figure, right? If I say to you, how many dollars were printed today or taken out of circulation? Nobody can tell you. And so that is a narrative driven world. We're told that there's something there and we kind of directionally understand, but we don't actually have the provability. When I look at something like Bitcoin, it's a fully transparent system. So not only can I tell you how many total Bitcoin there will be in the world, I can tell you exactly how many are in circulation today. I can tell you exactly how many came into circulation on this day, exactly 900 Bitcoin were created today, put into circulation. I can go back and I can actually show you every single transaction that has occurred since January 3rd, 2009. And then on top of that, and a really important part is the monetary policy is programmatic, meaning that I can actually tell you the interest rate or inflation decisions that are going to be made well into the future, literally decades into the future, because it's written in transparent code. And if that code ever changes, we'll know well in advance. And so now all of a sudden I say, okay, I can choose to put my money into a fiat currency where I don't know the people who are making the decision. I don't know what decisions they're going to make. And also they can do absolutely insane things like manipulate interest rates on emergency schedules. And they printed 40% of all US dollars in circulation in the last 12 months. That's crazy.
That is
With
crazy.
Bitcoin just does what Bitcoin does, right? We know every day for 4 years it's going to produce 900 Bitcoin per day, put it into circulation. And then the beauty of it is you can look on chain at all of the data.